uh, bursting with energy. Please subscribe to India Today's Fiiber channel.
थोड़ा सा तो फीलिंग होगी ना कि हमने पहले कर दिया, मतलब बिफोर एनीबडी कुड डू इट वी हैव डन इट. We are in Bangalore. Redmi Note 11 series has just been launched. Redmi has launched two new models, the Redmi Note 11 Pro and Note 11 Pro Plus 5G. This is the first on-ground launch event that we are covering in more than 2 years, so pretty excited for it. And we have with us Muralikrishnan. He's the Chief Operating Officer of Xiaomi India. Murali, good to have you. First of all, how does it feel? I'm pretty excited to be here. I mean, how does it feel to actually host an on-ground event after so long?
Totally pumped, bursting with energy. It's gone out so well. Couldn't be more excited. And big thanks to everyone who made this such a resounding success.
थोड़ा सा तो फीलिंग होगी ना कि हमने पहले कर दिया, मतलब बिफोर एनीबडी कुड डू इट वी हैव डन इट.
Sure. Look, we at Redmi always believe in being just ahead of the curve. You can see that in pretty much everything that we do, including the products that we launch. And if you look at the products that we launched today, I know I'm kind of segueing into the products that we launched, but if you look at the Redmi Note 11 Pro and the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus 5G, we have cut no corners and we have ensured that these products are always a few steps ahead of competition.
Now that you already mentioned the products, let me straight away get into it, because last year's Redmi Note 10 series was mind-blowing. I mean, it was a disruptor. All of us really liked it. It got great reviews. But to, improve it or upgrade it just after 12 months, it's not an easy job. So, from that point of view, how do we look at the Note 11 Pro and Pro Plus 5G? What are the value adds that we're getting this year as compared to last year's models?
Sure. A very, very challenging conundrum for the product team. When you take a product that's considered the best in its segment, and that is exactly what the Redmi Note 10 Pro and Pro Max were considered in this segment, we took on the challenge and we called it making the best even better. And we did that across multiple dimensions. Let's talk about the charging. This has Pro-grade charging, 67-watt turbocharge as compared to 33 watts earlier. Let's talk about the display. Of course, it's got all of the goodness of the 120 Hz Super AMOLED screen with 1200 nits of peak brightness, but to make that even better, we've added 360 Hz of touch sampling rate for quick, responsive gaming. Talk about the display. Talk about, let's say, the design. We took the design a couple of notches better with the Evolve Pro design, which looks absolutely premium. Flat back, flat edges, a beautiful aesthetically designed camera island. And then let's talk about the processor. G96, amongst the most capable, most efficient, fastest 4G processor available in the segment. And of course, the 695 with all the goodness of 5G, support for multiple 5G bands, perhaps all the popular 5G bands are supported here. And of course, we have retained all the goodness of the 108 megapixel, which made the Redmi Note 10 Pro series such a huge crowd favorite. So in many ways, an all-round upgrade on every possible dimensions, a truly pro-grade device, making the best even better.
Now, I know that you have been positioning the Note 11 Pro as a successor to the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, but the way I look at it, the Note 11 Pro Plus 5G is somewhat also a successor to the Note 10 Pro Max itself, and because of two reasons. Because it brings two things which are not present on the Note 10 Pro Max, despite being one of the most complete phones in this segment, which is the 5G support and the fast charging support, right? So these are two things which I see as add-ons on the Note 11 Pro Plus 5G.
Plus the design, plus the 360 Hertz touch sampling rate, and so on and so forth. Of course, it's not just about the charging and the 5G. It is the all-round package, because people don't buy one feature. People buy a complete device which suits all of their use cases. And today, a phone is an extension of your personality. You use it across multiple use cases: photography, watching video, communication, etc. And therefore, people want everything in their device, which is what we think we have delivered in a future-proof package.
And this is what I was getting to, because see, there's a cost that you have to pay for it. Because when I look at the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, the camera system, it had a very capable tele-macro sensor, which now you have, sort of downgraded to 2 megapixel macro sensor. Also, there's no depth sensor on this one. So is this how the market is going to be? Because of, we have been hearing that a lot of other factors that are affecting the price. So to give certain experience, you'll have to cut down on some others.
I wouldn't call this a cut down, because if you look at it from every dimension, this is a no compromise 5G device. And especially when you compare it with competition devices in the same price range, competition devices downgrade from an AMOLED display to an LCD display, a high resolution camera sensor to a low resolution camera sensor, fast charging to slow charging. We've done none of that at all with this device.
Now, this also brings me to another interesting point, and I remember asking you this last week in a call as well, because see, the Redmi Note series was not always a mid-range series, right? It was also considered to be a very good budget series. Now, but the entry point for the Note series has gone up in the last couple of years. Last year also, the Note 10 started at about 12,000 rupees, and it also had a couple of price hikes. And this year also, the Note 11 starts at around the same, I think 14,000 rupees. So yeah, so that's again something that you're going to see going forward.
Look, you already have the Note 11 to take care of the 10 to 15,000 price segment. But if you take a step back and look at the way the market is evolving, the price points are only going up. What was less than 10,000 earlier is perhaps 10 to 12,000 today. What was 15 to 20,000 last year is now the 20 to 25,000 segment. And the greater than 30,000 segment is actually the fastest growing segment in the entire smartphone industry. So as far as the consumer is concerned, and as far as we are concerned, the consumer wants a complete all-round package, and they don't want to make any compromises. And of course, people understand that there is northward pressure on component pricing. There is this issue in Europe that's panning out, and of course, shipping costs are going up. There are various factors impacting pricing. As far as Xiaomi is concerned, we will always endeavor to provide honest pricing to our customers.
But Murali, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि people are not buying phones under 10,000 around that price point. So where does it leave with the number series? Because it's March, we already had 5 Note series phones. We haven't seen a single number series phone since last year September. So what are the plans for that?
You want to preempt what we eventually queued in the last slide today? Something's coming, stay tuned.
So we are going to see a number series phone very soon, is somewhat like you're telling me. So yeah. Now, what I also want to understand in terms of, see what we're getting on your phones right now. This one has MIUI 13 out of the box, but it is based on Android 11. So what are the plans for Android 12 now? When can we possibly see it in India on Xiaomi phones?
Very much under the works. We hope to announce that as soon as possible.
Okay. And what else can we expect from Redmi or Xiaomi going forward this year? What are the other plans?
I can only say one thing. You can always expect Redmi to deliver devices with the best of specs, highest quality, and honest pricing, which totally delight customers in various price points.
Now, at this point, I'll take you back to a couple of things Redmi executives told me last year. One, I was having this conversation with Manu, where he told me that, we don't believe in refreshing phones in every few months. Competition does that, we don't care. But then again, you ended up having 6 or 7 Note 10 series phones. And this year already we have 5 Note 11 series phones. So how does those two things go in?
Very interesting question. I'll take a while to explain this, right? So the way it's panned out, first, of course, you have a combination of 4G and 5G devices. That's one reason why you think there is a proliferation of devices. But if you take a step back, it's a spectrum. At one end, you have the classic Note, like the Redmi Note 10 or the Redmi Note 11. And the classic Note is like the first full-featured smartphone for anybody entering the segment, right? Because it's got everything that you can ask for: display, camera, battery. It's a great package. At the other end, you have the Note Pro series, which actually provides flagship quality features at a super affordable mid-range price point. So these mark the two ends of the Redmi Note spectrum. Now, last year, we also launched the S series. Now, S series stands for a certain superior technology. For example, this year, the Redmi Note 11S had a 108 megapixel primary camera sensor. So the superior technology is what marks the S series. And as far as the T series is concerned, T series for us always stands for some piece of new technology that we bring to the Redmi Note series. And hence, you have the classic Note, you have the Note Pro series, superior technology for the S series, a new advanced technology for the T series. That's how this entire portfolio gets laid out. Of course, with 4G and 5G, there is multiple devices. But as far as we are concerned, when you offer choice to the customer, because today customers are taking a call saying, do I want a future-ready device which is 5G, but I'm willing to pay a certain premium, or do I want a device that's worthwhile here and now? Like they say, a bird in hand is worth 2 in the bush. It's best to leave the customer to take that choice.
But do you see 5G launching anytime soon? It's been 2 years since we had the first 5G phone in India. I don't know what's going on.
Look, as far as the announcements are concerned, the finance minister called that out in the budget. The spectrum auction will happen this year. Hopefully commercial rollout this financial year, and hopefully commercial rollout should start a few months since then. We've obviously been working very, very closely with mobile operators in their trials and tests, and are quite happy with the way those are coming out.
Now, my last question to you is again, I'll take you back to something Raghu told me last year, which was before the Me Smarter Living, where he told me that India is yet to see our best in the personal audio category, and we might be coming with, hinting at probably a TWS launch, which we never got to see. In fact, we didn't have any personal audio device in the second half of last year. So, is something happening in that direction?
The audio segment, it becomes extremely interesting. It is something everybody pretty much always buys with their smartphone, either an audio device or a charger or adapter, as well as a power bank. We'll continue to ensure that we are innovating to provide a fantastic price proposition and value proposition, even in the audio category. Stay tuned.
Thank you so much, Murali, for your time. You were very kind with your answers and your time. All the best for all your plans for 2022. एक बार हमारे viewers को बोल दो कि Fiiber, this is our new video property for India Today Tech, for all the tech videos. उसे subscribe कर लो, हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों में channel है, so please, if you can.
All right, folks, please subscribe to India Today's Fiiber channel. It's available in both English and Hindi for the best in class, cutting edge tech content. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Have fun.